Stop being emotional. January 6, 2021. Emotionally stupid. White America conveyed a lack of emotional intelligence. When the whole world watched some of the local police officers, firefighters, and political activists storm the White House like thieves and intruders, they totally disrespected the entire American society. Those individuals looked like they were attempting to start a civil war. The blatant disrespect for the government officials and property was absurd. It looks crazy on television. Finally, these ignorant acts were fueled by lack of emotional intelligence. Stop being emotional. These actions were by the people who could not control the outcomes of the American voting system. Those individuals were arrogant and felt entitled to disrespect America's political system while being an American system. The way of thinking is irrational and illogical. The emotional meltdown. Several people died on this day, and most of them were protesters who lost their mind by attempting these stupid acts. January 6, 2021. Emotional meltdown can lead to your own death. Several people died on this day, and most of them were the protesters who lost their mind by attempting these stupid acts. I wonder if that protester that was killed climbing the wall of the White House thought about their children, career, family, or legacy. This is classic lack of emotional intelligence. It is strange that people will make suicidal decisions because of their subjective political views. Stupid. Lack of emotional intelligence in leadership is very dangerous. Trump was the perfect example of absent emotional intelligence on January 6, 2021. At the time, he was the spokesperson for the United States of America. We, the citizens, expect him to display self-control, self-management, self-actualization when addressing the world on his political views. This is far from the truth. He justified the actions of rioters because they follow his political perspectives. He stated, "Secret Service said I could go." Trump said, "I would have gone there in a minute." Consider for a minute what the former president is saying there. When he thinks back on the day that left several people dead and more than 100 police officers wounded, his big regret is that he didn't march with the mob to the Capitol building. Not that people lost their lives, not that lawmakers feared for their well-being, not that it took him several hours of watching the riot unfold on TV before he issued a lukewarm call for the rioters to go home. This was very emotional and self-destructive. Leadership lacking emotional intelligence. A main question is, how could someone who lacks emotional intelligence acquire this much power over the citizens of America? Furthermore, he had very little empathy for citizens who died or the terror that the protesters exhibited. Where was his critical thinking and problem solving when this took place? He was foolish and emotionally detached from what was taking place, and this is where his ignorance lies. Ignorance becomes action. This is foolish. How could Trump even make the statement that he could be part of the insurrection on the government that he is the president of? Stupid. Trump's actions fuel rioters to protesters to harm other citizens who did not agree with his political views. His emotional intelligence is so clear in his actions constantly. Too emotional to admit defeat and respect the voting process.